I get no kick from champagne. Mere alcohol, it doesn't move.
Okay, well, we are pretty much, seems to be that everybody pretty much knows each other here. But I'm here to represent the Martinez. We're going to be using Plymouth gin. Plymouth gin, because this is a historical evening, Plymouth gin's an extremely historic gin. It's actually distilled in England's oldest working distillery, obviously down in Plymouth, hence the name. But this is what we're going to be using tonight, and I'm going to be making you a beautiful drink called the Martinez. Now, this drink has, you know, the reason that we're using these 4 particular drinks tonight is that they all have some historical significance in the ontology of cocktails. This drink came about 4 years after the Manhattan was born, in obviously Manhattan, in the Manhattan Club opposite the old Waldorf Astoria. And this is pretty much a Manhattan made with gin, but a little bit of cherry, just sort of sweetens it a little bit. In my honest opinion, this is one of the most amazing drinks ever to be put together. No one really knows who came up with it. Jerry Thomas arguably documented it in his book, his bartending manual in 1887. But he suggested that he got it from a traveling gold miner. And but you know, all these stories are quite tenuous. But it was actually documented in 1887. The reason we're featuring it tonight is that it was actually the forerunner of the martini. It was born from the Manhattan, but it actually was significant enough to influence what actually you would probably order a martini today. This is actually the original martini, so which is why we're making it today. This is actually the martini which I think Sean Connery should have ordered as James Bond. It's got a much more depth using this amazing gin with its 7 soft botanicals. It's got much more depth than a regular martini because it's using the herbaceous nature of vermouth. It also has this original Peter Hearing's cherry liqueur, which gives it a beautiful balanced sweetness. And then actually Jerry Thomas' original recipe, you called for Boker's bitters, but we're substituting Angostura because you can't get Boker's anymore. So I'll put this drink together for you, and I'll stop speaking in a crink neck fashion so you can hear what I'm saying. If you want to make this drink at home, it calls for 60 mils of Plymouth gin. Well, that's about 40, but it's a small glass, but I'm sure the bartenders around me will know what I'm talking about. This is 20 mils of sweet vermouth. This became really popular during the 1850s. Dry vermouth was originally the first vermouth used in America, but they actually switched to sweet, obviously because it was a bit more palatable. And then this drink was balanced beautifully with a little bit of Peter Hearing's cherry liqueur, and then a little dash of bitters. Then you get some ice. And if you, as I say, if you're making drinks at home, if this is a classic stirred drink, some bartenders shake it, but in my opinion, these aromatic style drinks should be stirred because it's beautifully elegant. Shouldn't be smashed around. Don't be filling it with air. But it really is. Gary Regan once said this is one of the most beautiful cocktails ever created, and I really do agree with him. Hopefully, if you try this drink, you kind of get into it. It's a little bit bitter to start with, but then the sweetness of the cherry and the vermouth really comes through. So hopefully you'll get into it, and next time you go out and you fancy something a little bit different, and you go into an honourable establishment and order a Martinez, the bartender won't look at you confused. They know exactly what you're talking about, and hopefully pour you this little number, and you will not be disappointed. So I'll just give it the old bartender test, and fortunately it's come out better than perfect, if that's possible. So as you can see, nice colour, and then it just gets finished off with a little lemon zest. We're just releasing those essential oils from the rind. Just put a little bit in the most delicate, feminine way possible on the rim, and we just dunk that in there, and she's good to go. So again, the Martinez, established 1887, came from the Manhattan, influenced the martini. It obviously went on to influence such things as the Cosmopolitan, which you're probably going to have every time you go out Friday, Saturday night. Hopefully not drinking, what's that other one we drink in Australia? The one with the slammer, bama, lama. But anyway, have a really great night, and this is the Martinez. My name's Jason Crowley. Enjoy the Plymouth gin, and don't hold back. Have a great night.
Nothing to do, yet I get a kick, yes, I get a kick, yes, I get a kick out of you.
The look of love is in your
Yes,
eyes.
we grew up a little bit more close to the 1900s. This drink is called the Cove Club. It was a pre-prohibition drink, originally done in 1881. That's the first one was recorded. It became very popular just before the prohibition. Everybody knows what was the prohibition here. Okay, in the 1919 to 1933, for the 19th Amendment, in the United States, no alcohol was allowed to be served, and no alcohol could be drunk as well. So, no, everyone, the prohibition was not a good era for bartenders at all. Whatever they say, yeah, they were well paid, but not a good time for the bartenders. Most of the most famous bartenders in the United States emigrate to Cuba or France, Italy, whatever, England. Hey, get out of here. Anyway, let's move on to this drink. This drink is very simple. It's actually a sour drink. It was made with, originally with, obviously, gin. Gin is very much integrated in the history of cocktail. The Navy, most famously with, the pink drinks. So, what's it about? This drink it was made with raspberry syrup. Raspberry syrup, it was made, it's not like today you can buy in the shop. It actually was made by their own bartenders. We tried to reproduce the same syrup was done 100 years ago, which is left macerating this raspberry, juice raspberry for 3 days, and let it fermentate the raspberry, and then we boil it down, we reduce them, and then we skim a little bit. Once that's what it comes out. Today, most of the bartenders use grenadine as a syrup, but please get my advice, use raspberry syrup. Hey, woo! Okay, now we're gonna use eggs. Most of the old cocktails have eggs. Do you know why you got eggs? Eggs is an energizer. What does it mean? It reduces the effect of alcohol in your body. That's why a lot of cocktails include eggs. Okay, that's a very simple drink. Also, every sour we have a lemon juice as a base, egg white, and a syrup as a raspberry, and gin. So I'm gonna crack a little bit of eggs over here. Get the yolks out of here. Whoa, there you go. Cheers, boss. Then it's about 20 mils. The original recipe say it's about 30 mils or 1 ounce of lemon juice, 2 ounces of gin, and 15 mils of the raspberry syrup. Unfortunately, in Australia, we cannot serve that kind of measurement. So I reduce a little bit the recipes. I'm going to use a little bit 20 mils of lemon juice. I'm going to use about 10 mils of raspberry syrup, and obviously a nice generous part of the Plymouth gin. Oh yeah, bring it on. What's that? What's that? All right. Nice size. A nice shake drink. Use a help. Nice shake. Now Josh and Ryan, they're making up some drinks for you over there. So without a fight, please help yourself. It's a very sour drink, but it's one of the most forgotten best drinks I ever made. Now this drink was originally made at the old Stratford Bellevue in Philadelphia. Today the hotel is actually called the Park Hyatt. So if you go there, that is the Park Hyatt. That is not anymore the whole Stratford Hotel. Cheers everybody, your drinks over there. Enjoy them.
What we're going to make is a Tom Collins. Now, the Tom Collins actually started out, and it's made with Plymouth, just for the record. The Tom Collins actually started out as being called a John Collins. And Plymouth. And yeah, so anyway, very quickly, they started out as a John Collins, 1900s, 19th century. And then what happened is the bartender that made it, as it went out into the industry and obviously people started picking up on it, they actually named it Tom Collins. Reason for that is Old Tom gin is gin mixed with sugar syrup. Those that don't know what sugar syrup is, it's sugar and water mixed together, simmered and made into a liquid. So that's the progression of the name. And I know that these guys poured weird measures earlier, so I think I'll be excused if I do. But it's 45 mils, and again, 2, 3, 4, thank you very much. The measures that usually are a lot higher, but under the RSA, because we do abide by that here at Hugo's Bar Pizza and Hugo's Group. That's the new word, Hugo's, thank you. Is I'm loving it. But we've obviously had to play the measures down. Now, what am I putting in? I'm putting in fresh mandarin juice. And see these hands? Yes, they hurt. We were squeezing these at 6 this morning just for this group here. So I've put in a fair measure of the mandarin juice. There's a dash of lemon juice. Obviously, usually it is Plymouth gin, Plymouth, thank you, and lemon juice, sugar syrup and soda. But we're going on to mandarins because Australia as a whole has gone into the phase of seasonal and fresh fruit. And that's really the progression that we're moving into. And I hope I'm going quick enough for the crew that have organised this evening. And usually, obviously, it might be crowned with cubed ice, but I'm all about the sex and the love in a drink. So I've actually put some nice crushed ice in there. We could get closer. And a nice lemon twist. And I hope against the clock that was quick enough, but that really is as simple as it is. Tonight you've seen a couple of drinks. It's been shaken, it's been stirred. This one's been built, and this is what drinks are about, different methods and different ways of making them.